This is the plaintiff, Rachel Zayats. She says she's known the defendant for 9 years and they used to be really good friends. She bought a car from him, got very sick, and was hospitalized out of their home state and ended up missing a payment. The defendant freaked out, threatened to call the cops and report the car stolen, and then physically took the car back. She has no other choice but to sue the guy for $3,000, the payment she made on the car, which she no longer has. This is the defendant, George. He says the plaintiff was very, very bad at making payments on a car he sold her, and then took the thing all the way to Missouri. When she returned a month and a half later, she told him to take the car because she didn't have all the money she owed him. So he did. Now she's suing him here in court for $3,000? That's a good one. He's accused of fouling up a friendship.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from the defendant, but she missed payment because she was in the hospital. He then threatened to repo the whip, and it was just a mess. It's the case of Stop Writing Me.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Rachel Zayats.
Yes.
You are suing George. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name.
Yeah.
And we'll respect that, for $3,000 that you spent making payments on a car that he repossessed when you stopped paying. Okay, what happened?
I went to Missouri to visit my boyfriend, and I was there for maybe a month, a little over a month. I wound up being in the hospital because I have lupus. It attacked my kidneys. The same infection that was in my kidneys spread to my lungs.
I'm sorry to hear that. How are you doing now?
Better.
You look good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Then I was maybe there for, 4 or 5 days.
Were you late when you went?
No, I paid before I left. The day before I left, I paid the $450 for the month of December.
Okay, were you paying $450 at the beginning of the month for the month?
Yeah, I was paying the $450 for the entire month.
Do you guys have paperwork?
No, Your Honor.
Well,
How do you two know each other?
I've known George for about, 9 years
Since
or so.
you were children?
Yeah, we used to go to the mall together, and that's how we met. We kind of just, we're kids, and let's go to the
Mall
mall.
rats who stay friends at the. Okay, so you had paid until the point of the repossession. How much?
About $3,000, which I had a notebook.
But don't you have? Okay, you have a notebook, and supposedly the notebook's in the car, so you don't have the notebook. Do you have the notebook?
I do not.
Okay, was there a notebook in the car?
No, there was her shoes and some makeup, and she was bothering me to drop it off, so I eventually got around to dropping it off.
Okay,
she did.
So what happened? You had paid for the month when you left to Missouri?
Yes.
And then the next month came up?
Yes, which I was in the hospital. I got released on the 4th of January.
Okay.
I had to wait 2 weeks because the medicine they gave me made
So
me sick.
January you didn't pay for?
No.
Were you paying by the month or by every 2 weeks?
Sometimes I did every 2 weeks.
What was the agreement?
$225 every 2 weeks, Your Honor.
Yes.
So had you given $450 at the beginning of December?
Yes.
Had she?
No, Your Honor. The last time she actually paid me was the 4th of November.
And what did she pay you on the 4th of November?
She paid me $225
Because
So that would take her until when?
till the
18th of November?
20th or the 18th, yes.
Okay. Did you call her November 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
I did.
22? Okay, what would she say to you?
She didn't have it at the time, and it was just kind of par for the course at that moment.
Okay, do you have any text traffic between you two or Facebook traffic between you two at the end of November?
I did, but I deleted it all.
Okay, so now, according to you, you paid December.
yes, there's
And he's not right. But in any event, you didn't pay January.
Correct. I did not pay
Anything.
because I was in Missouri.
And according to you, there's Facebook traffic with you guys back and forth where you're telling her you owe 600 and something. And you're saying, yeah, I'll pay you when I get back. I don't know when I'm going to get back. I'll get a job and I'll pay you. So when do you get back into town?
I think it was January 17th.
Okay. So you get back into town and you get a job at a bar?
I've been working there.
Okay.
And
So you come back, and then at some point, just as when he's telling you, I'm going to repossess the car, I'm going to report it stolen, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And what do you say to him? I'll pay you when I get there.
when I got to the bar, I didn't talk to him. My friend.
Okay,
Pete
come on
talked
up,
to him.
George.
Pete.
Pete? Who's George?
That's George.
Oh, who's the boyfriend?
He lives in Missouri. He's not here.
Okay, so go ahead.
Rachel was there that night. She was working for me. And she informed me that George was going to come, and which was fine. So she just got back from a 20-hour drive from Illinois.
Missouri.
Missouri. What are you not listening either?
And
Okay.
I knew she was really sick. I was in contact with her the whole time. So that night she comes to work, and I told her, you don't have to really work. We don't want to come hang out. She's in the back. George comes. He shared a notebook with a written sentence that said, the agreement is she will pay when she has the money.
No, that's never the agreement, sweetheart. The agreement is you'll pay every 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, written down in the notebook that is missing. I handed it to him and he signed it.
So then where's the notebook?
I left it in the car.
Yeah, in the car.
Wait, why do you left it in the car when he had it and signed it?
She puts all his stuff in the car.
Yeah, but why would you put it back in the car to get repossessed? What's wrong with you?
He left. The understanding was that he wasn't taking the car. She was going to pay for what she needed to pay for. It was written down. Like, I'm not going to take the car. And he agreed. And he signed it. That was just
What happened there?
Basically, he told me I wasn't taking my car. And he had his, 2 guys with him. And I was just like, wow, I'm not going to get strong-armed here. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave.
Did you sign something like I'm just
I did. And I kind of glanced at it and I was just like, whatever, I don't even care.
No,
This is on
that's
notebook
that's
paper.
not true. You're a liar. You glanced at it, you read it, and you signed it because he's got 2 big guys next to
Pretty
him.
much. Pretty much,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Okay, so if there's a contract that says, okay, I'm going to take the car, but I'll pay you when I have the money, is that it?
Specific. It has to be specific. It has to be a certain dollar amount by a certain date. Otherwise, it's got to be.
So what do you do though? What do you do though if she has the car and she's not paying? What do you do?
Sorry, you're out
So
of luck.
he gets to keep the car,
I don't
or she gets to keep the car? Does she get to keep the car?
No, it's like a dumb contract. It's not a real contract.
I learned that in law school. Dumb contract going inside the courtroom.
So then how did you get the car later? Because he gave you the keys?
No, I came with the tow truck and repossessed the vehicle.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, because he didn't give you the keys, according to you.
Yeah.
All right, so now you get, what kind of car is this, by the way?
It's an 04 Honda Accord.
Okay, and who has the car now? You have the car now?
I do.
All right, so now, what are you suing for? You used a car for how many months?
Since June of 2011, Your Honor.
I wasn't asking you.
I'm honestly not sure. For a while, he was away and I had
So
it.
why would you get, okay, if you had a bank loan and you stopped paying on the bank loan and the bank repossessed the car because you admittedly stopped paying on a bank loan, do you think you'd be able to sue the bank for the payments that you'd made up to that date?
No, ma'am.
Why would you believe that you can get $3,000 back now?
Because I was going to pay him and I thought what the
I was
agreement
going to pay him is not valid anymore. Nobody can deposit that and make a car payment with that. It's a very nice gesture. I meant to do it, but it's not doing it. So that's the problem that we have. But what would be your theory on why you would be entitled to use a car for free, breach the agreement, and then you turn around and get all your money back? So now you get to use a car for free. The rest of us all have to pay to use a car, but you get to use a car for free. Why would that be sane? Why would I ever do such a thing? Have you ever watched my show?
No, ma'am.
Okay, because I would never do that. That doesn't make any sense. It should not make sense to you either. What's the blue book value of the car
About $2,200, Your Honor.
now? Back then.
Fair value, $5,000.
And what was it you sold the car to her for?
I sold the car to her for $5,000. She also owed me another $1,000 in some phone bills. I built her a computer because I had been lending her my computer while I was deployed. And I built her another computer and just lent her some cash. And it added up to about $1,000, so we agreed on that.
Is that correct?
The total was $6,000, Your Honor.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Yeah, it's not looking good for you. And this was all out of friendship because you knew her from the time you were 14. You guys never dated?
No.
That's really nice. Or it was until everything got ugly. Did you feel like she was kind of disloyal to you getting the brass involved over there?
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. So, I'd given her the car for a year so that she could save up money while she was working to, buy her own car.
Wait. So you didn't charge her the first year?
Yeah, the first year I was
Wait,
deployed.
am I correct? You
Yes,
just
Your Honor.
loaned her a car for a year while you were deployed. Thank you for your service. Where?
Afghanistan.
And then after that, she came up with, let me buy your car.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not looking good for you, Rachel. I rule in favor of George. Okay. Good luck, folks.
And so Judge Millian rules in favor of the defendant. So the plaintiff right over here next to me, if you would, and facing this way against, tell me what you think about this outcome now.
If she judged in favor, then
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, in the courts, that's how it goes.
that is
But
what
why couldn't you pay?
because I was in Missouri for a month and I couldn't get back because I ended up in the
Couldn't
hospital.
get
for a
anything
little.
together. How about the friendship, though? It's an old friendship.
Yes.
And where does the friendship land in all of this?
I don't know.
You want him for a friend still? Is he still a friend?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know.
All right. All right. All right. You head right around this way. And,
Guys.
all right. Thank you. All right. So thank you for your service. Come on in here. You satisfied how this comes out?
Absolutely. You know, I even brought evidence and apparently didn't even need it because the
Nope.
case was just so clear cut. You know, it's unfortunate. I was willing to wash my hands of this whole situation. And then she turns around and tries to sue me for $3,000, and it's kind of a joke.
What did that say to you that she did that?
Well, obviously, I've lost a friend, and I kind of knew that a while ago. You know, it was good while it lasted. Now it's over. The end.
Harvey.
You know, here's the deal on this. Everybody thinks, okay, you make a contract and you just write down what's specifically you're owed and what they're owed and whatnot. You should also think about what happens if the other party breaches the contract. What happens then? Do you get the property back? Does the person forfeit the payments they made? Think about what happens when things go wrong. Put that in the contract as well. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.